Okay, so welcome to the Emergency Services Committee meeting for August 24th at 6 p.m. Just need to call the meeting to order.
Think
So,
you're just gonna be,
We don't have a whole lot of options, right? What do you guys think?
yeah, just keep alternating.
Moved by Sean, spoken by Donna. Second by Donna, that the meeting be open at 6:01 p.m. All in favor? It's carried. So the adoption of the agenda, so moved by Donna. Second by Sean, that the agenda for the Emergency Services Committee meeting for August 24th, 2026 be approved as circulated. All in favor? That's carried. Any disclosure of pecuniary interests? So the adoption of the previous minutes. So we're gonna move by Sean, second by Donna, that the minutes of the Emergency Services Committee meeting held July 20th, 2026 be adopted as certain. All in favor? That's carried. Any presentations of delegations? None. Which brings us to staff reports. So 6A, report from the fire chief regarding operations, training, and community involvement.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everybody. My report for this month is that the ES committee receives a report for August 24th, 2026. This report contains activities of the Volunteer Fire Department from July 17th, 2026 to August 19th, 2026. And the purpose of this report is to keep the committee, council, and the public informed on fire service activities. Right now, we have 21 operational volunteer firefighters. We responded to 9 calls for service in that time frame, 4 medicals, 1 burning complaint, 1 canceled call, and 3 hydro wires down. Year to date, we responded to 44 calls for service in the 2026 calendar year. For our firefighter training report, the purpose of the report was to enhance operational readiness, ensure all personnel are proficient in the use of firefighting equipment, and maintain compliance with safety standards through regular inspection and maintenance. For our training review, we typically do practical and theoretical firefighting skills training with duration 2 to 3 hours every Monday night. Depending on when Monday falls during our long weekends, we move it to the Tuesday. So we still do 2 to 3 hours. We have an average of 17 to 20 firefighters that come out, and that includes our now 1 junior junior firefighter that we have left.
They're aging out.
Yeah. Our key focus is always SCBA comfortability and air management skills. So we always want to make sure the firefighters know how to breathe properly when you put on the SCBA. Because again, with our tanks, they're 2216s. They're typically for 1 hour, but through rigorous activities, they're lucky to get 30 minutes of work time out of them. So we teach them how to control their breathing when they're actually working with the SCBA on. We always do medical assessment and scenarios because the medical calls seem to be the majority of our calls for service. We always do accountability tags that were issued. So we always make sure that firefighters know how to tag in, tag out. So when they arrive on scene, the driver of the apparatus will become the accountability officer, and we tag it. So we give that person our accountability tag. So that way we know who's in the house, and the incident commander knows who's in the hot zone. We have new digital radios that were placed in service, and we always are training on, so that way the firefighters become familiar with and comfortable with using those portable radios. With our portable radios, everything that we transmit now is being recorded, which I'm very grateful for, because that will not only aid me with my monthly reports to the OFM, but also it will also protect the township from any liability, because I can replay back the transmission. In case something were to occur, I can replay back the transmission of what was said on the radio. We always do equipment checks and maintenance protocols. So every Monday night, we always make sure our equipment is ready for use, and we always make sure that it's maintained in readiness for service. And as always, we do safety and hazard awareness. So we always focus on areas of scene safety, so the firefighters know what scene safety is, what the commands are by incident commander. If I'm on scene in command and I say freeze, everybody knows to stop doing what they're doing, because I've identified a potential safety hazard that could affect the safety of everybody on scene. With our equipment checks during the season, or during session, all firefighting equipment underwent a thorough inspection to ensure operational reliability, which includes our PPE. We just did it last Monday. We just did our annual PPE inspection. So I have a very comprehensive checklist that I developed that the firefighters go through the entire PPE, their jackets, their Parker pants, their flash hoods, their boots, their structural and Auto-X gloves to look for any kind of wear, tear, burns. One was identified as it was damaged, so I took it in late last week and got it repaired because I identified through the inspection that it was damaged. We always, for the SCBA's, verify the air cylinder pressure, make sure the air cylinders are up to their maximum. The mask seal integrity, so when they test the seals, they put their mask on and they take a breath to make sure that the masks are not leaking, that they're actually adhered properly to the face. We always check our noses, our hoses and nozzles, we inspect them for leaks, cracks, and coupling damage. And ladders, we always check our ladders for structural integrity. We're looking at the heat sticker that's on it. That tells me if that ladder has been subject to high heat. When that sticker changes color, that tells me that this ladder has been taken out of service, retested, and then if it passes the testing, then it gets issued another sticker. And always, we always test the radios for clearance, transmission, and battery life. For our maintenance activities, the following inspections, unnecessary maintenance was performed. Again, we refill any SCBA cylinders that may be low. And we update our maintenance logs for all service equipment. So that way I have the list of when this equipment was serviced, so I know on certain equipment which has to be serviced on a yearly basis according to NFPA standards. Then I know I have a list of what equipment has to be serviced and maintained and tested on a yearly basis. So I know when it's coming up, so I can budget it accordingly to get the third-party contractors in to test that equipment. For our outcomes, all equipment confirmed, operational, and compliant with NFPA standards. The firefighters demonstrated improved familiarity with their inspection and maintenance procedures. The main records are updated for accountability and future reference, and all firefighters, including probationary and junior firefighters, show competency. For my recommendations, that we continue weekly equipment inspections and we schedule monthly refresher training on equipment handling. So we'll take one Monday night that we identified as a work night, and that's when we would do the monthly refresher on certain pieces of equipment. For our special training for this time frame for the month that we did, we had firefighters conduct we did the hose testing last month. Pump operations, we just had 2 firefighters take the pump operations course down in East Ferris, just concluded last weekend, and water shoveling training. So we're always there's 4 to 6 times a year that I've scheduled water shoveling and pump ops during January, March, April, July, and October. So that I try to capture the change in the temperature of the seasons. Whereas if we have a frozen water source, we'll get the ice auger out. The firefighters will show how to use the ice auger to draft water from the dam or any kind of water source that we may need in the event that we have to pump from that water source to fight a structure fire. Firefighters attended evening training sessions that included station cleaning, which again, that's a work night. Apparatus checks, which is every Monday night, and the completion of minor vehicle maintenance and repairs. And during the session, myself and the deputy also last month we conducted interviews for the position of the training officer. Said aha, and we skipped a page. Firefighters participated in medical-based scenario training by training officer Kevin Sheridan. Training focused on patient assessment, emergency medical response, scenario-based decision-making. We also received instruction on building construction. That was 2 Mondays ago. The different types of building construction within the township that we would encounter. So you have 5 types of building construction. You got wood, you got masonry, you got lightweight construction. That was also presented by training officer Kevin Sheridan. The lesson examined the characteristics of various construction classifications and associated fireground considerations. Firefighters also participated in a medical training session after that, which was presented by Captain Mason, who is also a paramedic. So, and then that, I'll talk more about that in my fire chief updates. The firefighters did complete their annual PPE and self-contained breathing apparatus inspections to ensure all equipment remains in safe working condition and compliant with department standards. And we have firefighters that are continuously to actively participate in self-paced educational programs and professional development courses to support progress towards the applicable NFPA certification and training requirements. So those are the courses they take through the OFM. So they're self-paced, a lot of them are online, so they'll sign up for the courses, as long as they're what they are to do and I can approve it, I will approve it, then they go ahead and do the self-study. These courses enhance firefighter knowledge, skills, and competencies in support of ongoing professional development and operational readiness. Now for my update. We always have ongoing training continues for new recruits, firefighters, and junior firefighter. Training activities are designed to develop operational skills, increase firefighter knowledge, and ensure members maintain competency in accordance with departmental and NFPA training requirements. And the fire chief and the members of Bonfield Fire Department would like to congratulate firefighter Kevin Sheridan on his selection as the department's new training officer. We had 3 firefighters that applied for that position. And the deputy and I have interviews, and then after each candidate, the deputy and I, we made notes, we discussed, and we came to a determination that firefighter Kevin Sheridan best filled that role. Kevin has consistently demonstrated a strong commitment to firefighter training and professional development. His dedication, leadership, and enthusiasm for sharing knowledge will be an asset in supporting the continued growth and success of the department. Congratulations, Kevin. Fire chief and members of the Bonfield Fire Department would also like to congratulate firefighter Mike Belanger on being selected as volunteer firefighter of the month for July. Since joining the Bonfield Fire Department in July 2022, Matt has demonstrated a strong commitment to the fire service and has worked diligently to obtain his NFPA firefighter level 1 and level 2 certifications. Matt's calm demeanor, positive attitude, and logical approach to problem solving make him a valued member of the department and demonstrate qualities associated with future leadership roles. Congratulations, Matt, on this well-deserved recognition. And also, the fire chief recommends the appointment of Tyler Boison and Andre Jodine to the rank of probationary firefighter. So they joined 3 months ago, and then the last 3 months they've demonstrated their commitment and their competency and skills with the training nights. Both candidates have demonstrated an interest in serving their community and possess the qualities necessary to begin a successful career in the fire service. Upon appointment, they will commence training and orientation in accordance with departmental policies and recruit training requirements. And then I respectfully recommend that council approve their appointment of Tyler and Andre as probationary firefighters with the Bonfield Fire Department when that comes to council next month. For our fire prevention, we always have ongoing and any incident/call. We have our monthly fire prevention activities, and to date, 20 smoke/CO alarms have been delivered to residents who requested them. For our community involvement, we did the Bonfield Agricultural Society. We participated in the Bonfield Agricultural Society event held on August 15th. Throughout this event, firefighters assisted with wetting down the horse ring to control dust and improve conditions for participants and spectators. Firefighters were also available to provide medical assistance if required, and distributed fire prevention literature to members of the public. This event provided an excellent opportunity for community engagement, allowing residents and visitors to view a fire apparatus and various pieces of firefighting equipment while learning more about fire safety and fire prevention initiatives within the township. The same day, at the same time, we also did the North Bay Roller Derby event. We did medical coverage for the North Bay Roller Derby event, which was held again on August 15th at the outdoor rink. The fire chief and firefighters attended the event to provide emergency medical coverage for participants and spectators. Due to the physical nature of roller derby, injuries can occur, making an on-site medical support an important component of event safety planning. And I was there, and I had a participant go down, and I had to provide first aid for that participant.
So did you guys separate then and had half of them at one and
Yes.
half of them at
Yeah.
the other?
Yeah, so there was, I had majority of them at the fair.
Yeah.
And I basically did the roller derby by myself.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I had a firefighter come down later on and be with me.
Okay.
But the participant that got injured, of course, I'm at one end, it's at the far
Yeah.
end. And all of a sudden I saw all of them go down like dominoes.
Did you skate over?
No, I walked over.
Okay.
Yeah, I walked over, yeah, because I was like, someone yelled medic. I'm like, oh, that's me. So I grabbed all my equipment, wildly across the rink with my equipment, and the young lady had sprained her ankle.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I splinted and wrapped her ankle with ice, and then called for an ambulance, and then we just waited with her until paramedics got there, and then they took her to North Bay for x-rays. So That was quite something to see. The Bonfield Fire Department is pleased to support community events such as these and remains committed to providing public safety throughout emergency response readiness, public education, and community involvement. And that is my report.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Again, we've talked a lot about how much you and your team have been able to build up amount of people on the team. There's no way we would have been able to fulfill 2 events in the same day previously. So it is working. Good job.
Yeah, and just the commitment of the firefighters coming out and attending, because it's one thing to sign up, then you gotta show up every week
Right.
and to all of these things, and so there's a commitment that's awesome there, so. And 21, that is pretty good.
Yeah, as soon as Tyler and Andre get confirmed, then we will at 23.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
that doesn't include
That does
those.
not include
Oh,
them,
my
no.
goodness,
Yeah,
okay,
okay.
so we're almost at complement then.
Yeah.
Okay,
So a couple of questions for your calls. The one burning complaint call.
Yes.
That was just like a campfire that got.
Yeah, so what it was actually came in, when it came in, it was on Quakeway.
Okay.
So I said when dispatch called me, I said, okay, notify East Ferris, because it's probably East Ferris's call. Because the person called in didn't know where they were
Right.
in relation, like whose jurisdiction it was.
Okay.
So I said to dispatch, send us both, because I don't know, is it Sunnyside in Quakeway, is it on Quakeway? I didn't know where it was. And when my team got there, it was on Quakeway.
okay.
So it was a big campfire.
And it was
Yeah.
in East Ferris.
In East Ferris, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then the hydro wires, we're in a position now that we're charging.
Yes.
Hydro.
Yeah, we've done cost recovery.
Yeah.
So I've issued the invoices to Hydro One. I'm just waiting for
Waiting for some
payment.
money.
Yeah, to wait for
Okay.
payment.
And then the only other 2 things I have, Dinner Bell has been one of the sponsors for the firefighter
Yes.
of the month. Obviously, she's sold her business
Yes.
and semi-retired. I've talked to Deb. She said that the certificates can be used for the farmers market that she's running now Thursday to Sunday. So
Oh,
if people are happy with that,
excellent.
we'll just
Yeah.
continue on
Yeah.
and that way we don't have to find a new sponsor. And that way those certificates are still going to something.
Is someone else taking over the dinner building or?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it'll be a brand new business
Ownership, okay.
owner,
Okay.
company, the whole bit, so I didn't wanna put that on someone yet.
Yep.
Let them get settled first.
Yeah, I think that I think they're gonna be pleased with the produce and the things that the Dinner Bell's offering, so.
Yeah.
For sure. And then the last thing, it's great that we're going to other municipalities for training. I'd like to maybe look at what we can host. So
Okay.
I don't know what small weekend courses that people need in order to get their certifications finished. But we got a great hall and a great boardroom.
That's
So
something I could
that's-
definitely look at for next year in my budget
Yeah.
is the hosting. Like a hazmat course.
Cause then we can do like cost recovery with other municipalities signing up for the course
That's
as
right, yeah.
well, right? So
Yeah.
let's start to think about that. Let's start to be a leader as opposed to a follower if we can. But I think we're in a great position now that we can start to look at stuff
That's
like
right.
that. Great. Good job. Alright, so 6A, report from fire chief.
Okay.
So we just need a mover and seconder to accept the report.
I'll do both.
Yeah.
I'll move it and I'll second it.
Okay. So moved by Donna, second by Sean, that the Emergency Services Committee receives the fire chief's recommendation. Oh, I thought that was just to.
You receive the report?
Yeah,
Do we
I
see
thought that
the
was
report?
to receive the report. We're ahead of it.
Okay.
There isn't one to receive. It's just to,
Oh, it's probation.
for the
Oh, okay.
firefighters, yeah.
Well,
So-
we as well do that.
Okay, so moved by Donna, second by Sean, that the Emergency Services Committee receives the fire chief's recommendation to hire Tyler Boisno.
Yep.
To the rank of probationary firefighter. All in favor? That's carried. You know Tyler, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team, that'll be exciting. And then we'll do Donna and Sean again. That the Emergency Services Committee receives the fire chief's recommendation to hire Andre Jodman to the rank of probationary firefighter. All in favor? That's carried. So that takes care of that. So we're at 6B. Report from fire chief regarding fire rating sign locations and costs.
All right, here we go in. So this report is that I recommend that the Emergency Service Committee and Council take this report under consideration for adoption. So it's like was stated, we're talking about the location where we could put some new fire rating signs and what the cost would be. So council has requested the fire chief to provide a report on potential locations for additional fire rating signs, because right now we have two, one in front of Station 1 and one in front of Station 2. That's all we
Yeah.
have, so.
And the one, I think at Fire Station 1 sometimes is missing a bolt or something.
It's
for the-
not at the back, so I've been looking through my
Yeah. try to-
my station looking for a bolt that's big enough to
Yeah.
fits the. Yeah.
Yeah,
And speaking with staff, it was discussed that the economic development budget for 2026 has the creation of new community branding signs that will serve both public safety and community identity function. These signs would feature the township logo and slogan, speed limit, and it is hereby proposed to include current fire rating information. The primary objective of the fire rating notification sign is to communicate fire danger conditions to residents, cottagers, and visitors before they light a fire. By placing these signs at strategic locations throughout the township, including key entry points in high traffic areas, the township can increase public awareness of current burning conditions and help reduce the risk of human-caused wildland fires. In addition to their public education role, the signs will strengthen the township's branding efforts for providing a consistent and recognizable visual identity throughout the community. The proposed design would incorporate the Township of Bonfield logo, the township slogan, and current fire rating status, i.e. low, moderate, high, or extreme. This approach allows the township to leverage a single piece of infrastructure to achieve both public safety and community branding objectives, providing long-term value to residents and visitors alike. For my analysis, currently the Township of Bonfield has two fire rating notification signs. One's located at Fire Hall 1 at 107 Railway Street. And the second is located at Fire Hall number 2 at 440 Rutherglen Line. Some of the locations being considered are Highway 531 and Maple Road, which is the township office right here. Highway 17 East and Pine Lake Road, Highway 17 East and Town Lake Road, Rutherglen Line at the railway crossing, South Shore Road, the western entrance to the South Shore Road corridor, and Sunnyside Drive, the southwest entrance, approximately 50 to 100 meters beyond the Astorville boundary to Sunnyside Road on the right-hand side. How I came to the conclusion on how to pick these sites in selecting the above locations, the following criteria was considered. Is there good visibility? Has at least 100 to 200 meters of clear signage distance, so as you can see it within 100 to 200 meters, there's no obstructions. Is not blocked by vegetation, snowbanks, or parked vehicles, and is it the most popular entrance location? That is like the Sunnyside, the South Shore. These costs can vary substantially depending on whether the fire ban status is static, manual, changeable, or electronic. There is currently 12,000 budgeted in the economic development budget, but there are no funds budgeted in the fire department work plan for 2026. So I looked at a basic aluminum sign with logo, slogan, speed limit, and manual fire ban insert. An estimated cost is $3,000 to $8,000 per sign. Example, some of the components would be a custom fabricated sign face, which is $1,500 to $5,000. Municipal logo graphics and design, $500 to $2,000. A standard speed limit sign, a few $100s installed, and a manual fire ban indicator, which would be, the low, moderate, high, or extreme, and that's $500 to $2,500. If we do choose a manual fire rating sign at key entrances such as Highway 17 East, Highway 17 West, Highway 531 Fire Hall, and Lake Nos busing access points, would likely provide the lowest life cycle cost when spread over an 8-year lifespan. For the township of the size of Bonfield, many fire departments find the best value in a combination of one sign, digital if it's available, again based on the costs, at the township office, and manual fire danger rating signs at major entrances and recreational access points. If we do choose the manual, there are man hours associated with the manual sign. The fire chief or designate shall update the fire rating signs as required. Because of the distance, location, and weather/road conditions, it may take more than 60 minutes to have all the manual signs updated. And that is my report for the location of the fire rating signs and the costs.
Thanks for that. Yeah, I think it's important that we get some extra signs up. This was brought to my attention, I think first. I think everybody's talked about it, but I think it was brought to my attention first from a resident saying like, why do we only have the signs in front of the hall? It should be on the way into the municipality. And immediately as soon as that person brought that up, I'm like, yeah, it's like that everywhere else. So it should be like that here as well. And then as soon as I believe I started pushing, I think everybody else was
Yeah,
like,
it's a great idea.
seen it as well. So
I don't know that I've seen too many digital fire rating signs.
I've seen a couple, but not too many.
Yeah, and like we've driven all over Ontario and through townships and they're mostly the manual with the indicator.
Yeah.
So do we need a motion to send this to council?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that I mean, we could probably, I don't know if we have enough information to make the recommendation. So you've done sort of a preliminary on what things cost. But we don't have actual bids or
No,
things like
No,
that.
stuff like this, we have to go to tender.
Yeah,
Right, so-
and I also think too, it does make sense to have the, the speed limit and other information on the signs for maybe a couple of the ones that are coming in.
That's right.
But then, standalone fire ban signs, in other places that don't need that, so. Or I mean, we could, if we're getting five might be cheaper than one or two,
Right,
right?
yeah.
So,
I was just trying to, when I was looking at it, I was just trying to look at all avenues into Bonfield,
Yeah.
especially the cottagers.
yeah.
Where can I encompass or capture them the most?
Yes, yeah. So I think for me, the Highway 17 and Pine Lake Road and the Highway 17 and Talon Lake, it's a no-brainer that you're gonna put it at Talon Lake, not at Pine Lake, because that is the entrance if people are coming that way,
Right,
right? And that's further out, so you're gonna capture more people, and the distance between Pine Lake and Talon
Is
Lake,
not-
I think, yeah.
it's not very far.
Yeah, so I would scratch Pine Lake, personally,
And that's why I brought the report, so
Yeah,
for consideration,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
what I identified, and then we can
yeah.
have the
and-
discussion and say which
Yeah.
ones should maybe we could eliminate.
Yeah, and then yes, definitely Maple Road coming from the other way.
Yes,
Is then on the others, town line limit there. So South Shore, I think that is a good, that's a good one too, because I think that there's a lot of traffic down that way. Sunnyside, the other thing that we might want to do, and I'm not sure if you've spoken to the public works manager about where the traffic is and what's coming in, so maybe we wanna, other than Highway 17, I think the township office is a great place to put one as well, that's a no-brainer. So having said that, I would like to, I mean, it's not for this year, maybe for next council, but like if a digital sign at the front of the township office.
that's what I was
would be
thinking, the one
fantastic.
digital sign
The
would be
one digital
at
sign,
the township office.
Yeah. and then that could have a ton of information on it, but that's beyond the scope for our. It's not in the 2026 budget,
Yeah,
but that I think would be a great idea.
I deal with advertising a lot, and I think like Sean is a little bit high on a lot of these, which is great, like that's fine.
Yeah, the range
But
is pretty big.
yeah,
I order 4x8 metal signs, custom branding, whatever you put on it, full color, full whatever, guaranteed for like 10 years outside weather for like $240.
Yeah,
So I think we could do it.
Yeah.
Like
I'd
fairly
rather
cheaply.
estimate on a little higher side, 'cause then we budget, then we are not
yeah,
going over a budget or saying, can we only do 3 this year, another 3 have to, or another 2 have to wait till next year.
and what are your timelines on
And
those?
get 'em in.
In a week, okay, good, so this is not gonna be a prolonged,
And then obviously if we're doing custom like the wheel, like Sean.
Yes.
indicated,
Yes,
there's
yes, yes,
Probably
yes,
an extra
yes,
cost for that. but
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
come $100
basics.
for that,
Yeah.
for that wheel.
Like a 4x8 sign is.
Yeah, so basically, it's then now, so I mean, and again, we could start with like 4 locations.
Yeah.
And then figure out the digital sign after.
Well, here's the question, when the Public Works, when they do their grading and, well, do they count the amount of traffic that goes on that road? Like the water that goes across the road every time a car goes over, it counts the,
So we have given staff permission to buy 2 counters. So those 2 counters should be coming shortly. That was a couple months ago. So they should be coming, and what these signs will do is it will gather the information, it'll be electronic, and then you can now keep files and dates on traffic that are coming.
Good.
So we can use that for.
As I said, that would really help with
Yes.
the location of the signs. It'd be-
Yeah, yeah.
Especially
But I mean,
like Sunnyside would be a
Yeah.
good one. Okay, we kind of want Sunnyside, but do we have enough traffic that goes down
Yeah,
Sunnyside, right? So.
my thoughts are, and I mean, this will be up to council's decision and with staff input. You only have 6 recommendations. If our township can't afford 6 signs
Yeah.
But
for
we have.
public safety.
Yeah.
then
I agree, but like 2 of them don't make sense. Like, why would you do Talon and Pine?
Right.
If you're driving that way, you're driving past Talon and then you're driving past Pine, right? So I think Talon is where you start on the outer, Maple on the other side, the township office, and then, yes, I think South Shore for sure. And then Sunnyside.
The other thing we've done too with other companies is those sandwich board signs. You guys are doing enough public events.
Yeah.
The sandwich board signs they're super cheap and they're interchangeable. So maybe you have a portable fire rating sign so that when you're out doing events like you were this weekend, you
Yeah,
can actually have it beside you.
Yeah.
Right.
So that everybody that's coming actually sees it right then and there. They're easy to.
Yeah,
move
we just
around.
got them for the library.
Yeah,
So,
they're
yeah,
dirt cheap, but
Yeah.
I would recommend adding one of
Yeah,
them just to
yes.
add to your booth as well.
Yeah.
They're front and center in the public area.
yeah.
So
Did you write
kind
a
of,
motion?
kind of. That the Emergency Services Committee recommends the council to consider approval of the purchase and install of new fire rating signs for our community.
I guess as per the details in the report, right? So we're,
Yeah, so I council knows what do you reference?
yeah, so we need them to look at the,
As per the fire chief's report.
yeah. Yeah.
Mover and a seconder.
Oh, how about me?
Oh, no, eh?
Moved by Sean, second by Donna, that the Emergency Services Committee recommends the council to consider approval of the purchase and install of new fire rating signs for our community as per the fire chief's report. All in favor? All right, so that's carried. So 7 items for committee discussion. 8 resolutions to be considered for council recommendation. No correspondence. No closed session. Next meeting. Because it's gonna be a bit of a quick time. Well, this one's about a week behind, I think.
Yep.
Based on everybody's crazy schedules right now. So next month, I think it's the 14th, is that correct? No, it's the 21st, so. Monday, September 21st.
So if I guess 14th, I'm gonna be here.
Okay.
Perfect.
Monday, September 21st. Right, so adjournment. So I need a mover and a seconder. Close the meeting. So moved by Sean. Second by Donna, that the meeting be adjourned at 6:34 PM. All in favor? And that's carried. Great. Well, thanks, everybody.
And that's at 6 o'clock.